it's too small. Yeah, so we made this game in 18 months, which is crazy. Actually.
Josh, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So we are here at PAX Australia. It's your first time in Australia.
It is.
What have you tried so far, Australian snack-wise?
Australia, I did have some Tim Tams.
Oh, nice.
Some seafood where, like, basically I had a barramundi. So I'll say, what is this fish? And they'll describe it, and I'll say, can you show me a picture? And then I say, I hope it doesn't look like that when I eat it.
But hey, we don't have a lot of time together today, so we're going to play a quick game. So I have a quiz for you.
I've been told this isn't a trap, which is exactly
how you set up a trap, right? So we're going to play, how well does Joshua Sawyer, studio design director at Obsidian, know his own games?
Briefly, I'll say this is nicer than when I went to Bavaria, and I do speak German, but I don't speak Bavarian. And they're like, how well do you know Bavarian? I'm like, I don't, but I still got a few right, so I felt good about it. Anyway, we'll see how this goes.
So I have selected 6 screenshots from games that you've worked on over your career.
Screenshots, okay.
And it's up to you to tell me what game this is from, basically. And if you get more than half of these right, then you will win this refreshing Bundaberg ginger beer.
I like Bundaberg ginger beer.
Hey, there you go.
We have it in the U.S.
It's being held by the lovely Cloudkill Connor over there.
Nice. I believe that is Fallout New Vegas.
You are correct. Fallout New Vegas. Tell us a little bit about this one.
We're coming up on the 15th anniversary of it. Yeah, so we made this game in 18 months, which is crazy. And when it came out, initially people were making kind of thumbs down boos about it. If you go back and look at the time, there were some quite, I would say, over the top negative reviews about it.
Wow.
I thought it was a little uncalled for. But over time, I think we did put a lot of effort into making the content really replayable and making it very flexible for whatever your play style was. And so I think over time, the fan base has grown to appreciate that, which is nice. That is Deadfire. Yeah, it's real small. Are you making it extra small to make it hard for me?
Yeah.
Okay, that's Deadfire. That's the beach. That's when you first land.
It is Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Tell us about this one.
This is the sequel to Pillars of Eternity 1, and it is located in the Deadfire archipelago. We switched from Unity 4 to 5, which mostly was for graphics upgrades. It looked a lot better. I'm just going to say it. I think it's the best looking isometric game that has been made ever. And I can't take any credit for that, but I will credit the artists who were a little overworked on that project, and I apologize. But they did an amazing job. It looks incredible. Great art direction. Writers did a fantastic job. And it was a pretty fun game. It was a pretty fun game, although I did get burned out working on it. It was the dev experience got a little rough, but I'm over it now. So,
all right, round 3.
Icewind Dale 2.
That is Icewind Dale 1.
It's too small.
So is this the first game that you worked on?
It is the first game that I worked on.
Tell us about that time.
I was a web designer at Black Isle. I designed the website for Planescape Torment, and they were spinning up this project, and a design position opened up, and I knew a lot about D&D, like too much about D&D and the Forgotten Realms. And so I convinced them to let me do it part-time. Yeah, so I just went ham. I was still designing websites, by the way, for Black Isle. So I designed the website for Icewind Dale, and I also designed a bunch of areas for Icewind Dale. But I got to apply all of my excessive second edition AD&D and Forgotten Realms knowledge because I played it like crazy in college. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Very small design team. I think it was 6 people, 5 or 6 designers. It was great. 14 months. It was crunching, but we didn't understand that was a thing at the time. So like coming into work every day for a year straight was just normal.
Just the way everything was done at that point, right?
I don't recommend it, but no, it was fun. But I think the thing is, everyone, because it was kind of made to be like just a dungeon crawler, and so Baldur's Gate was so much more like it was open world isometric and like had companions and then romances, and so people kind of like Icewind Dale. And so at the time, people kind of dismissed it. It still made money, and it was fun to work on. But yeah, for a while, there was this kind of like, oh, well, it's not like the good one. And I'm like, man.
I feel like a lot of your games gain steam over time, though, and people grow to love them more as time
I hope
passes.
so. But of course, at the time they come out, they're going to be compared to things immediately, just like New Vegas was compared to Fallout 3 and Icewind Dale was compared to Baldur's Gate, and I get that. But the thing is, mostly, like, I don't really care so much if people think the game that I made was better or worse than something else, as long as they feel like they had a good time with it. Can't go through life expecting...
I'm really sorry to interrupt. There's an evacuation. We've all got to leave.
Oh. All right, Josh, welcome back.
Yes, we're back.
I'm sorry that we started recording. We've been
There's a lot of
evacuated.
chaos.
It's absolute chaos here.
Yes.
So we're playing here. I've actually already showed you the next one.
Yeah,
So
but I
what
did get
is-
it right on the first try.
What is this next screenshot?
This is Neverwinter Nights 2.
What are twos in your career?
Well, there's a lot of sequels that Obsidian made. So, I mean, that was kind of the joke. Not really a joke for a while. But yeah, Neverwinter Nights 2... I came to Obsidian when it was in the middle of development. I was a senior designer on the project for a while. Then I moved off to work on another project. Then the lead designer of this project left, and then my boss asked me if I would finish it. So it's weird. Like, I don't feel like it's, I don't feel like any sense of ownership over the game. I hope I helped get the game done. Yeah, I felt mostly like I was there to be like, all right, everybody, let's wrap it up and get this out the door. But yeah, it was a difficult project for a lot of people. Easier for me because I just came at the end and sort of said, cut that, finish that. But yeah, Neverwinter Nights 2. I will say though that after that, Mask of the Betrayer got made, which is rightfully beloved. I can't take any credit for that, but it's a good game.
Okay, so that's your third one. So you get to have this, but let's go through the remaining options here.
Pillars of Eternity, The White March.
No, this is just Pillars of Eternity.
Well, no, but actually, this art on the screen, I believe, indicates that it is actually White March.
Okay, well, I'll give you the point on this because you would know and I would not.
Because once you install the expansion, it changes the splash screen.
So this Obsidian with this game covered really well in the Jason Schreier book about this.
Yeah.
So it's like a real turning point for Obsidian, isn't it? This whole game.
Yeah.
Can you touch on it briefly?
Yeah, I mean, so I directed Fallout New Vegas. That went pretty well. Then we started working on another project that did not go very well, and it cratered, and we had to lay off a bunch of people, and I felt terrible because it was my project that got canceled. And then we were like, what are we going to do? And it was looking kind of dire, and Double Fine had successfully kickstarted Double Fine Adventure, and we were like, all right, let's go. Let's kickstart something. And the owners at Obsidian, this is covered in the book, they were not super into it, and we had to really play hardball with them and be like, we are going to leave unless you start doing this. And so we started doing it, and I got on board with Adam Brennecke and a few other people early on to do the world design and things like that. And then, kickstarted, and it went pretty well. It's the best reviewed game in my career still. So, that was fun. Going back to, obviously, a more sort of like the games that I started my career with. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a hard one. It's Pentiment.
It is. Tell us about this one.
So Pentiment was after Deadfire. I think I had mentioned I was pretty burned out at the end of Deadfire, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to direct anything. And after a little time passed, I had this idea for a historical game that was kind of similar to Night in the Woods in terms of like it's a side-scrolling 2D adventure thing. And I thought the art style of like late medieval, early modern illustrations would work well for it. And I have a history degree, and this period of history is something I love. And so I told my boss, hey man, we're being acquired by Xbox, and just let me do this. Come on. That was my argument. Actually, I said, come on, and it's not going to cost that much, and I'm not going to use more than like a dozen people. It was actually 13 people. So just over. But no, it's the best experience I've had making a game, to be honest. I think in part because it was very focused. It was a very small team. And there weren't really high expectations for it because they're like, what in the world is this? So yeah, it was tremendous fun. And I think that the team, it was a very healthy development cycle. It's actually the longest I've worked on a game, 3 years, which by current standards is nothing. But no, very happy with how it turned out. I think it was definitely a passion project, and I'm very glad I got to do it.
But you've won.
The important thing is that I got a Bundaberg ginger beer.
That's it, presented by the lovely Cloudkill Connor for you here. 5 from 6. You even corrected me on one of them. And
who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that specific splash screen is for after you install.
I think you would be right. I will trust you on this one, that's for sure. Well, Josh, thank you so much for joining us today.
I appreciate you having me.